The Titan TV Man is one of the strongest members of the Alliance, but I wanted to make him even more powerful. So I created the Blood Titan, a Titan that is deadlier and 10 times more sinister than a regular Titan. Now, for the next 100 days, I'll be surviving as the Blood Titan in Minecraft, using my blood magic to overthrow the Alliance while upgrading into bigger, more terrifying forms. Will I get my revenge on the mighty Sun Titan or be banished forever? You'll have to watch until the end to find out. On day 1, I spawned in as a TV man in the city. Standing beside me was my dad, the almighty Titan TV man.
Welcome to the Alliance, son. Let's do our best to make our allies proud.
Suddenly, the sky turned red as the blood moon rose up from above. Before we even had a moment to think, the Sun Titan stepped forward, looming over the two of us.
Hello, my pawns. You both will have the great honor of serving the Alliance with your useless lives.
The Sun Titan used his power of light to create a ritual circle beneath my father and I, and with a flash, my dad vanished, being sacrificed by the blood moon. Dad, no! A powerful beam of crimson light shot from the moon, piercing straight into me. I mutated and transformed into a blood titan. What happened to me?
The ritual was a success. With the power of the Blood Titan, the Alliance will win this war. Bring my weapon to me, men.
Just then, the Sun Titan sent his minions to apprehend me. As I ran, I spotted a red sports car to help me get away from the skibbity threats. I hopped in and was quickly reminded of my favorite racing game, Asphalt Legends Unite. It's the ultimate multiplayer racing experience where you can truly play anywhere with your friends. It's available on PS5 and PS4, Android, iOS, PC, Xbox, and is even Steam Deck verified, meaning you can play on any platform with the same account. Crossplay at its finest. It's even coming soon to Switch. All your progress from Asphalt 9 carries over, giving you a head start. Dive into this free-to-play arcade racing game packed with action, jaw-dropping jumps, spins, and 3 levels of nitro. With over 250 hypercars to unlock and a brand new garage to show off your collection, you'll be in hypercar heaven. Asphalt Legends Unite is now live, so don't miss out on tons of special rewards waiting for you. Personally, I can't get enough of the Lamborghini Countach. It's a literal speed demon on the track. Think you've got what it takes to beat me? I challenge Max Crafters to race against me. Let's see who the real legend is. Don't wait. Download Asphalt Legends Unite now using my QR code or tracking link in the description. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this incredible racing experience. Let's hit the track, racers. Thank you, Asphalt Legends, for sponsoring this video. As I was getting away, I noticed I was driving too fast and lost control, causing me to crash. My new car was totaled and I was forced to continue on foot. On day 2, the Sun Titan's men closed in on me. Little did they know, I was a ticking time bomb of pure rage. You killed my dad! Die! My new Blood Titan abilities unleashed wildly around me, knocking down one minion after the other along with anything that stood in my way. The power of the Blood Titan was overwhelming, and I had no control over my new abilities.
Looks like things just got more interesting. Time to bring in the big guns.
The Sun Titan sent a larger minion to try and capture me instead. He was much more calculated than his smaller counterparts, and came after me with his precise sunbeam attacks. I tried to continue my blind rampage, but it wasn't enough to win against the larger guard. I couldn't defeat him without control over my powers. With no other options, I ran away. The larger minion chased close behind, but before he could reach me, I knocked down some rubble in his path, buying me enough time to escape.
It looks like the ritual was a success. Mark my words. I will stop at nothing until we can capture and use your blood powers for ourselves.
This is bad. I need to control my powers. Luckily, I think I know just the person who can help. I continued running before more of the Sun Titan's minions could catch up. On day 3, I arrived at a secluded area surrounded by trees. There, a lone house stood, seemingly abandoned. I tried to take a closer look, but a strange man in formal attire jumped out and attacked me.
Get off my property, you blood monster!
Mythcraft, wait! It's me, Max!
Max? You've been corrupted by blood magic.
That's right. I need help controlling my new blood powers, and I knew if anyone could help, it would be you. You know all about spooky Minecraft legends after all.
Well, you came to the right place. Come inside and we could get to the bottom of this together.
I entered Mythcraft's house to find the place packed with mysterious items related to all sorts of Minecraft legends. However, one of the items stood out among the rest. What's the deal with that scary mask?
That's an Easter egg. I hid loads of other really awesome items throughout the video, so you should try to find them all. Now, listen closely. Scattered across the land are 6 blood beacons that lie dormant. Now that you have the power of blood magic on your side, you must activate these beacons to gain full control of your powers. This is the only way you can reach your full potential and defeat the Sun Titan before it's too late.
Thanks, Mythcraft. I knew you could help me. Suddenly, the ground shook violently beneath our feet.
That's not good. We have to check this out.
The two of us ran outside to see what was going on. On days 4 through 7, Mythcraft and I stepped outside to find the Titan drillman bursting out of the ground before us.
I heard your whole plan, and I'm not gonna let you get away with it.
The Titan drillman went for my friend first. Luckily, I was able to quickly push him out of the way and protect him before he took devastating damage. The Titan and I then traded blows, but he wouldn't give up. Just as I thought I was going to be struck down, Mythcraft unleashed dark magic, temporarily capturing the Titan drillman.
Go east and you'll find the first blood beacon there. Hurry, I can't hold him forever.
Thanks, buddy. I ran east just as Mythcraft told me to do until I finally arrived at the forest blood beacon. Unfortunately, it was completely surrounded by a lake of lava. Even blood boils, so I better not fall in. I did my best to jump from platform to platform, using whatever footing I could find to cross over the treacherous terrain. I had a few close calls, but soon enough, I finally made it to the blood beacon. Just as I was about to activate it, a mini sawblade skibidi swooped down at me.
Get away from that beacon! No Alliance member is going to touch it!
On days 8 through 10, I was under attack by the mini sawblade skibidi. The toilet used his quick attacks on me, forcing me to fight back with attacks of my own. Wait, this is a misunderstanding. I don't work for the Alliance.
Liar! You're trying to fool me!
The toilet ignored my pleas and continued his attacks. He was becoming ruthless, and just as I thought I was gonna be forced to kill him, the Titan drillman flew in and landed beside us. He had escaped Mythcraft's trap.
I've got you right where I want you, but first I'll deal with this little pest.
The Titan drillman went for the toilet, but I defended him from the attack, knocking me to the edge of a platform.
You saved me. Maybe you aren't so bad after all.
The Titan drillman landed behind me, cornering me behind the boiling pit of lava. I had nowhere to run.
You're coming with me, Blood Titan.
On days 11 through 14, I was being cornered by the Titan drillman. Just as I was about to be defeated, the mini sawblade skibidi fired an attack at him.
Get to the blood beacon! Hurry!
I took my chance and ran towards the beacon, activating it with my blood magic. A red beam shot into the air, and I grew stronger and bigger in size. I now had 5 more hearts and control over new powers. Time for you to taste my real power! I activated my new abilities and began to fend off the Titan drillman. He came after me with his attacks while I tried to overwhelm him myself. However, he refused to back down. We were neck and neck.
We're evenly matched. You can't win like this.
Then I'll just have to end this battle on my own terms. I tried to unleash another big attack, but to my surprise, I tore open a portal to another dimension. Whoa, how did I do that?
You fool, what have you done?
Unfortunately, I wasn't prepared for the strong pull of the portal and started to get sucked in along with the Titan drillman. Before I knew it, we were both pulled inside into another dimension. On days 15 through 17, I appeared inside another realm full of blood and darkness. Oh no, I have to get out of here! I tried to activate my powers from before, but in my current state, I was unable to control it. Until I could get stronger, I was stuck in this dimension. Things got worse as the Titan drillman attacked me from behind. I tried my best to fend him off, but just like before, we were at a stalemate. Why are you so determined to kill me?
I've lost too much to stop serving the Sun Titan now. I'm gonna make the deaths of everyone who is falling around me worth it.
The Titan struck at me again, and I realized that we would be fighting like this forever. I needed to escape. I looked around and spotted a pool of blood. I got an idea and ran full speed towards it. I dove under the goopy red water and swam as fast as I could. As I made my escape, I noticed an underwater passage and began to push my way through it. I was beginning to run out of air, but I managed to make it to the other side. Just then, I felt a strange presence behind me, but when I turned to look, it was gone. Did you guys see that? Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and see if you can spot it. I brushed off the strange feeling and climbed up the cavern to see where I ended up. On days 18 through 21, I emerged from the Bloodpool Cavern to find a city of darkness standing in the distance. Maybe someone in there could help me back home. I walked into the area, but soon a swarm of demon cameramen ambushed me.
Die, intruder!
Wait! I come in peace! The bloodthirsty demons didn't listen to me and continued to attack with all of their might. I tried to fend them off, but soon a powerful demon titan intervened.
Enough! What brings you to my domain?
I'm just trying to find a way home.
The only way back to your realm is by activating the next blood beacon, but that area has been taken over by a plague of light.
I'll help you eradicate the light if you let me use the beacon in exchange.
Very well. Come with me.
I followed behind the demon titan to an area bathed in light. At the center was the blood beacon I was seeking, but the light was spreading.
Once the light reaches that beacon, it will be destroyed beyond repair. You'll be trapped here forever.
Then there's no time to waste. On days 22 to 25, I was platforming through the patches of light. I was making good progress, but as I made my next jump, the light expanded under my feet and I took massive damage. It's spreading? I looked around and noticed more areas of light expanding around me. If the light gets close enough to me, I'm toast. What's the cause of all this? Running out of time, I knew I had to retreat, so I ran to the nearest safe spot I could find. To my surprise, a light titan suddenly appeared before me. Who are you?
I am a Titan of Light, and you have overstayed your welcome here.
I need to get to that blood beacon, and you're not gonna stop me.
Well, you may have dodged my light traps, but I'll carry out the mission of the Sun Titan no matter what!
And what mission is that? Does the Sun Titan still want me as a weapon? Because you can tell him I'm never falling under his control.
Then you must be eradicated!
The Light Titan charged in and swung a sword of pure light at me. I dodged, knowing that one hit from his sword would likely kill me. Despite my injuries, I was able to avoid the attacks and continually dodge, but he was starting to wear me down.
Light Titan, your tyranny ends here. Fight me!
We meet again, Demon Titan. I'll make this quick.
They clashed and the demon flew off, causing the Light Titan to chase after him, distracting him for a while. Whoa, that was kinda epic. But now's my chance. Soon, I had finally reached the beacon, but when I approached it, the ground under my feet began trembling violently. From below, the Titan drillman dug up through the ground and emerged before me.
I have you now.
He had finally caught up. He came after me, aiming to destroy me for good. On days 26 through 28, the Titan drillman was trying to kill me. He lunged at me with a mighty drill attack, but I managed to evade it and run past him. Sorry, but I don't have time to fight. I went right for the blood beacon and activated it. However, it reacted differently this time. It sent me into a flashback. I found myself observing a younger version of the Titan drillman who was being confronted by the Sun Titan. They were both standing in front of a village full of drillmen. What is this? Am I seeing the Titan drillman's memories?
Step aside. If I am to ever win this war and complete my plans, then your town must be sacrificed.
Isn't there another way? We don't have to take such drastic measures. These people are innocent.
You dare defy your leader. I'll make you regret that.
The Sun Titan mercilessly attacked the town, causing mass destruction which leveled the town to nothing and killed the drillmen living there.
No! My people! How could you?
That was me showing mercy. Defy me again, and you will be the next to die. You Titans are replaceable to me.
Suddenly, the flashback faded and I was snapped back to reality. The effects of the beacon then began to set in. Blood tendrils sprouted out from my body. I gained a bloodblade hand and my TV face shot out a sharp serrated tendril. I was also given 5 more hearts, transforming me into an upgraded Blood Titan.
Upgraded or not, you're dead, freak.
The Titan Drillman then came at me once again, but I refused to fight back. Titan Drillman, I know the Sun Titan destroyed your home. My words caused him to hesitate, and he stopped in his tracks before me.
Huh? How do you know that?
I felt hopeful now that he was listening to me, but before I could explain myself, the Light Titan suddenly flew back from where he left and landed to strike the Titan Drillman down. No! On days 29 to 32, I rushed to the side of the Titan Drillman. He was weak and on the verge of death. No, I won't let the Sun Titan take another innocent life. Suddenly, new powers activated within myself, and I used them on the Titan Drillman. He transformed, turning into the evil Titan Drillman.
His power. I feel like I've reached my full potential. As a servant of the Sun Titan, you will pay for his cruelty.
Together, the Titan Drillman and I attacked the Light Titan. The Light Titan used his powers on us both, trying to keep us at bay. But with our combined strength, he was no match for us.
No, this can't be!
Time to snuff out your light! Together, we struck him down for good, and the light was vanquished from the area.
Thank you for bringing me to my senses. I'd be honored to help you take down the Sun Titan and get revenge for his evil actions.
You've got yourself a deal. Let's get out of here. I used my new Titan abilities to open a portal to return back home. The Titan Drillman and I made our way through and soon arrived at mythcraft's base, but it was completely ruined. What happened here? I looked down and spotted mythcraft laying on the ground. I rushed to my friend's side. Are you okay?
Look out!
On days 33 through 35, I looked over my shoulder as a vampire titan jumped at me from behind. He bit down on me and quickly drained me of my blood, causing me to shrink down to a small size. I tried to fight back against the titan, but at this size, I couldn't do any real damage.
Try to bounce back from that.
He came at me for another attack, but I was able to run underneath him and dodge it thanks to my small size.
Oi, you're a vampire. Ain't you supposed to be burning in the sunlight or something?
Huh? Oh yeah, you're right. Ah!
The vampire titan went up in flames and quickly perished. Unfortunately, we couldn't undo the damage that had been done to me. This is horrible. How am I gonna get my power back? I'm no good when I'm this small.
The only way to restore your strength and size is to get more blood, but the only place in town that has enough would be the hospital.
Well, that's no good. That place is infested with Sun Titan guards.
Good thing you have backup.
The mini Sawblade Skibbity had returned and approached me.
The scars might be tough, but I'm tougher.
Then let's infiltrate that hospital together. With the mini Sawblade Skibbity at my side, we set off to infiltrate the hospital while the Titan stayed to aid mythcraft. On days 36 through 39, we arrived at the hospital and saw that there were clockmen guarding the main entrance. We then sneaked past them to avoid detection and found a back door to enter through. Like the Titan Drillman warned us, we found that the place was crawling with clockmen once we got inside.
Let's keep our heads down and find where they keep the blood.
Right, let's move.
We stealthed through the hospital, the mini Sawblade Skibbity and I staying quiet as we made our way deeper into the building, evading clockmen as we went. I kept my eye out for where the blood could be stored, looking through every room to find it. We soon came upon a vent that we opened up and hopped into. We dropped down and found ourselves in a room heavily guarded by clockmen. They were standing in front of tanks full of blood.
That must be where the blood is kept. Doesn't look like there's any way inside though.
I'll create a distraction so you can pass through.
Roger that.
The mini Sawblade Skibbity then moved to another entrance of the room and made a flush noise. The sudden sound grabbed the clock guard's attention and they went towards him. This left the door unguarded and I was able to sneak inside. When I got past the door, I saw that the room was full of blood tanks.
Score!
Not so fast.
Suddenly, a large clockman charged into the room, determined to stop me. On days 40 through 43, I was locked in battle with the large clockman. He used his strong beam attacks over and over, hitting me multiple times. In my small state, they hit hard and were devastating.
He's too strong. I need to go for the blood tank.
I then ran for a blood tank and took a sip from it. With each sip of blood, I healed myself and grew a little bigger.
You annoying little gnat.
The large clockman jumped into the air and attempted to stomp me to death, but I managed to evade and avoid getting squished.
You won't stop me. I'm the Blood Titan.
I grabbed another blood tank and took one last big gulp. With that, I had grown back into my full Titan self. With my strength restored, I was able to use a tendril attack and destroy the large clockman. Alright, time to get out of here. Just as I was making my escape, the Titan clockman dropped in from above.
You think you can kill my allies and get away with it? You're coming with me.
I tried to run away, but he used his time powers to freeze time, stopping me in place. Can't move!
Now then, let's see how much trouble you cause once I lock you up.
Oh, no, you don't.
Just then, the magnet Skibbity entered the area and used his magnetic energy to deactivate the clockman's powers and resume time, unfreezing me.
I got a distress call from the mini Sawblade Skibbity. Let's get out of here.
The Titan clockman attempted to gun us down, but we were able to evade the bullets and escape while we still had the chance. On days 44 through 46, the Magnet Skibbity and I met up with the mini Sawblade Skibbity at a safe location. Thanks for your help back there. I thought I was toast.
Any friend of the mini Sawblade Skibbity is a friend of mine.
Oh yeah, we go way back. We went to magnet school together. Obviously, I dropped out though.
I have a lead that could help you. This map will point you to the location of the next blood beacon.
He handed me a map and I picked it up. I followed the directions on the map and set off towards my next objective. I soon arrived at the marked location and found a huge trampoline. I jumped onto it and was sent into the air. I landed on top of an old coliseum and saw the next beacon with a series of conveyor belts leading to it. I tried to get to the beacon on foot, but the conveyor belts were too fast and powerful for me to move against. I tried to break them, but they were too durable. The only way past this is to freeze time, but how am I supposed to do that? I then got an idea and opened a portal to the darkness dimension to summon an evil clockman. The evil clockman jumped through the portal and awaited my orders. Obey your master and freeze those conveyor belts. The evil clockman did as I commanded, using his time manipulation powers to freeze the conveyor belts in time. Nice! That beacon is mine!
Not if I activate it first.
He hit me with a combo attack and went for the beacon. I've been betrayed! On days 47 through 50, I was pursuing the evil clockman, trying to stop him from getting to the beacon. Go back to your realm! I tried to banish him, but it had no effect. I needed the power of the next blood beacon. I threw a blood slash attack at him, slowing him down enough for me to catch up.
Slow down.
He used his powers again and froze me in time, keeping me stuck in place as he went for the beacon. No, I can't do anything!
Don't give up yet!
Suddenly, the Magnet Skibbity flew in and electrified the evil clockman, disabling his powers on me, allowing me to move freely once more. Now that I can move, I dash forward at high speed, getting to the beacon first. I touched it and upgraded, granting 5 more hearts, new powers, and a new Scissor Scythe weapon. I think you need a timeout. I used my new scissor powers to slice into the evil clockman. Once he was weak enough, I banished him back to the realm he came from. Thanks for the help.
Blood Titan, look out!
Before I could react, a dart suddenly hit me. I immediately felt weak and my vision blurred.
Max, I'll come back for you, I promise!
The Magnet Skibbity fled as I blacked out. On days 51 through 54, I woke up in a cage within a room of other various cells. Looking around, I noticed each one was holding a different type of cryptid. What's going on? What is this place? I then noticed strange artifacts that looked like heads were hung on the walls. Just then, a Monster Hunter Alliance member stepped forward.
Ah, so you're finally awake. I must say, I've never seen a specimen quite like you. Truly fascinating.
Specimen? I'm the Blood Titan.
Oh, so you have a name? And not just a name, you speak too. This day just keeps getting better.
You know what would make it even better? If you let me out of here.
Oh, you misunderstand, dear. I've always been intrigued by exotic creatures, especially smart ones like you. I can't wait to dissect you and see what makes you tick.
Dissect? You're not cutting me up, you psycho! I struck the cage in an effort to escape, but it electrocuted me.
Hey, don't wear yourself out like that. Just sit tight, okay? I'll be right back with my tools.
He left, and I knew that I needed to find a way out of here before he got back. I spotted a switch in the corner of the room, and that was when I got an idea. Fortunately for me, there was a hole in the glass giving me the opportunity to hit the switch, freeing me and the other cryptids. As I tried to escape, the Monster Hunter returned.
Wait, what's going on? How did you get out of your cages?
All of the monsters bolted out of their cages towards the Monster Hunter.
Wait, no! No!
Looks like it wasn't smart to keep these guys hungry. I began to leave, but as I did, I spotted something hung up on the wall. It was a map. This leads to the next beacon. I guess I know where I'm headed next. I grabbed the map and left the building, in search of the next beacon. On days 55 through 57, I arrived at the location on the map and spotted the 4th blood beacon across a huge bridge. However, there were pools of light and traps scattered all around the area. While these traps were active, I couldn't get too close. Looks like the Alliance got here first. I'm gonna have to get through these traps. I tried to weave between the traps, but my Titan size made that extremely difficult. I set my foot down and accidentally triggered a trap, causing me to take damage. I tried to break the traps using my powers, but it just set them off and caused more damage. Ugh, this is impossible! Just then, I saw a skibbity spider hopping between the traps. He was avoiding them like it was nothing as he passed me by. Hey, how are you doing that?
What do you mean? I'm just using my spider powers.
Could you show me how? I need help getting to that beacon.
What?
I said, could you show me how?
I don't know. We don't have time to waste on Titans.
What if I promise to be your ally?
Now you're talking. Come with me. I'll take you to our leader.
On days 58 to 61, I followed the spider Skibbity to his nest where the leader of the Skibbity spiders was waiting.
You dare bring a Titan into our nest?
Wait, sir. He said he could help our cause if we helped him get one of the blood beacons.
It's true. Please, I can't defeat the Sun Titan without your help.
You want to defeat the Sun Titan? If you want our help, you must pass a series of trials.
Whatever you need, I'll do it.
Very well then. Your trials begin now.
Before I knew it, the leader Skibbity Spider had shot some webs at me, wrapping me up tight. What was that for? I can't move!
To harness our abilities, you have to become one with the webs. Break free.
I struggled against the webbing, trying to use my blood powers to break free. But no matter what I did, I couldn't escape. Okay, become one with the webs. I calmed down and focused, no longer struggling wildly against the webbing. As I relaxed my body, the webs loosened and I was able to use a single scissor attack to cut myself free.
Excellent. Now unleash your new power.
Somehow I knew what to do and I fired some webs out of my hands. Whoa, it really worked! I thanked the spiders and set off towards the beacon once more. On days 62 to 64, I returned to the location of the fourth beacon to find that it was still across the bridge covered by traps of light. Luckily, I had what I needed to succeed now. Here goes nothing. I used my new web powers to build a bridge of webs over the traps. I was then able to climb over the webs, crossing over everything safely. I reached the fourth blood beacon successfully thanks to my new powers. I activated the beacon and was granted 5 hearts and new powers. I'm one beacon closer towards my full potential. Out of nowhere, the Sun Titan guards appeared, ambushing me out of nowhere to attack me.
Not so fast!
I knew I could take them in a fight, but I needed to save my energy, so I tried running away. I wasn't looking where I was going and stepped on a pressure plate, sending me plummeting down a pit towards the darkness below. On days 65 to 67, I landed at the bottom of a pit and ended up in a cage. The cage shut, locking me inside. I looked around and realized that I was in the Sun Titan's shadowy lair. I could have sworn I saw something back there. Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and see if you spot it too. Just then, the Sun Titan himself emerged from the shadows and approached the cage.
At last, I've caught you.
Let me go, you monster!
I am afraid you've caused too much trouble for that. But I'll give you one more chance. Obey me and use your powers to further my cause.
I'll never obey you, you murderer! Your methods are too extreme!
Is that so? Well then, I'll just have to rip that power from you myself.
He hit a nearby switch and powered up a machine that was connected to my cage. He began to drain me of blood.
I'll be back when this is over.
As the machine sucked the blood from my body, I began to shrink, growing weaker by the second. I tried to break free from the cage, but I no longer had the strength I needed.
No, I can't die here.
I noticed a vent on the edge of the cage and realized that I could fit through it in my smaller state. I jumped up into the vent and squeezed through, managing to escape the cage before I could be drained completely. On days 68 to 72, I managed to make my way through the ventilation system before it was too late. But I was too weak to have any chance of escaping this lair.
I need to restore my lost power and get out of here.
I jumped out of the vent and found myself in another room. Unfortunately, this room turned out to be where my blood was being stored. A giant tank full of blood was waiting for me on the other side of the room.
Score! I just need to get to that machine.
I walked through the room, avoiding sun guards that lurked around each corner. Thanks to my small size, I was able to stay out of their line of sight. But as I neared the blood tank, I saw that there was a single guard right next to it.
I gotta get that guy to move.
I spotted a TV on the wall that was switched off. Hoping to grab the guard's attention, I turned it on.
Oh, sweet! My show's starting!
The guard ran over to the TV to watch his show. With the coast now clear, I made my way over to the tank and hit a button on the control panel that was connected to it. This caused the blood to be released into the air in gaseous form. I inhaled it and was restored back to my full size. Feels good to be back.
What the? The Blood Titan escaped! Get him!
My large size blew my cover and the guards came at me. On days 73 through 75, I fought off the incoming guards. The blood I had taken in allowing me to hold my own against them. They used their attacks on me to try and overpower me and take me down. But my empowered blood magic allowed me to take them down one at a time. Die! I wiped out the lot of them, and when the smoke cleared, I saw that a dark gear had been left in their place. What's this? I'm sure mythcraft would know more about it. I picked the gear up and escaped from the base before more trouble could show up. I returned to mythcraft's base to find him waiting outside. Hey, sorry to interrupt your fishing, but can you take a look at this? I found it at the Sun Titan's base. I handed the gear to mythcraft, and he dropped down from his fishing perch to examine it carefully.
Extraordinary. This is a gear from a cursed clock tower, but it's imbued with blood magic. It must be related to the fifth beacon.
He took out a map and scribbled onto it before handing it over to me.
I've marked the location of the clock tower on this map. You have to get there before the Sun Titan's men do.
I'm on it. Thanks for the help. With the map to guide me, I headed for the cursed clock tower, determined to beat the Sun Titan's men there. On days 76 through 79, I arrived at the location on the map to find the clock tower mythcraft had mentioned. The fifth beacon was sitting at the top. Legs, don't fail me now! I began to scale the clock tower, climbing towards its peak. As I rose up higher and higher, I made sure not to look down and to stay focused on reaching the top. Eventually I did, and saw the fifth beacon right in front of me. I was about to activate it when I was suddenly shot at from afar. I looked over and spotted the Titan Clockman flying towards me.
You're not getting to that beacon.
He flew right at me at high speed, crashing into me and knocking me off the tower. I hit the ground hard before the Titan Clockman landed before me. He was able to harness the cursed energy that enveloped the tower. I watched in horror as his body turned purple and he took on a cursed, empowered form.
This time you won't escape.
I equipped my scissors as he came at me and we began to fight. I used my sharp blades and tendril beam abilities on him, drawing out all that I could. However, he was able to take it and retaliated with cursed powers of his own. We traded several blows, but in his new cursed state, the Titan Clockman had the ability to summon clouds of dark energy and have them rain down upon me. They burned my body severely. I didn't stand a chance. I need to get to that beacon. I ran for the tower and fired my tendrils at the ground. The force of my attack launched me high into the air and towards the beacon. I reached it and activated it with my magic. I upgraded, gaining 5 more hearts and the power to shrink and grow. I can't believe that worked.
You think that upgrade will save you? This ends here.
The Titan Clockman took off, flying up the tower to attack, but I was able to dodge by shrinking. While his guard was down, I grew back to normal size and landed my tendril abilities onto him from behind, killing him instantly. Just one more beacon left to go, but where could it be? Just then, I spotted something in the distance. There were Alliance members gathered together and having a celebration. All of them were dressed up in different, amazing costumes. It was Halloween. That looks like the perfect place for me to infiltrate undetected. On days 80 through 83, I shrunk myself down and began infiltrating a neighborhood on the night of Halloween. There were Alliance members dressed up in different costumes hanging out together and going from door to door trick-or-treating. I joined in and approached one of the houses. I knocked on the door and a cameraman answered. Trick-or-treat?
Whoa, cool Blood Titan costume. Take this, kiddo.
The cameraman then tossed me some candy. Hey, thanks. Actually, I wanted to ask you about... He then slammed the door in my face. What a rude guy. Well, maybe I can get some intel at the next house. I continued on my search for information, going from door to door. I visited each house that I could. They all gave me plenty of candy, but no information. information. Eventually, I made it to the final house on the block. It looked super sketchy and gave me some bad vibes. I'm not sure I trust any candy I get from this place. I felt nervous, but knocked on the door anyway. A moment passed and a shady clockman answered the door.
Well, looky here. A Costa whippersnapper. Take this little nugget as a reward. Don't spend it all in one place now.
The clockman handed me a bunch of spider eyes. Ew! I mean, thanks! Do you happen to have any information on a red beacon?
The only thing red I know about are the piles of meat in my basement. I'll ask around if I were you, but whatever you do, don't go to the house on the hill.
What was that about meat in your basement?
The poor soul that lived in the house on the hill was flushed down the toilet and killed. Happy Halloween!
He shut the door in my face, and I was left feeling confused. That guy gives me the creeps, but I think I know where I'm gonna check next. Unsure of what to expect, I headed for the house on the hill. On days 84 through 86, I arrived at the house on the hill just as a heavy lightning storm began. It's even creepier up close, but I've come too far to chicken out now. I took a deep breath and walked up to the door. I knocked on it, and to my surprise, the door creaked open, but nobody was there. Hello? Ignoring my fear, I stepped into the house and looked around. The room was dark and seemed to be completely empty. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind me. I ran back to open it, but it was locked tight. I'm trapped? I have to find another way out of here. I explored the house in search of another exit. The deeper I went into the house, the creepier it got. I passed by a door to another room and heard a strange sound coming from behind it. I ran through the door and looked inside, but it was empty. Alright, whoever is messing with me, this isn't funny. I heard a toilet flush and looked to see another door inside the empty room. I went through it and found a bathroom with a lone toilet inside. I looked closer and saw that there was a cameraman head sticking out of it.
No, please! I won't hurt you. I was cleaning my toilet and fell inside of it. Now I'm stuck.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a skibbity. Do you happen to know where I can find a red beacon?
That old thing? It's just north of here. You can't miss it.
Gee, thanks. I handed him some candy for my haul to express my gratitude and then left the house.
Wait, a little help here? Hello?
On days 87 to 89, after growing back to my full size, I went north as instructed and eventually came across a pumpkin patch. I saw a large gate and the final beacon I was seeking was sitting behind it. There it is! I tried to open the gate, but it was locked. You won't stop me! Rah! I used my blood magic on the gate's metal bars, but to my surprise, it didn't budge. I guess this isn't just an ordinary gate. There has to be another way through. Just then, I noticed a pedestal that was empty beside the gate. Seeing it gave me an idea. Maybe there's something I can put on the pedestal to open the gate. I looked around and picked up the first thing I could find. I placed it on the pedestal right away. The ground then began to tremble immediately, and instead of the gate opening, pumpkin-headed zombies started coming out of the ground. The undead monsters came after me. On days 90 through 92, I was clashing with the pumpkin-headed zombies. I used my blood attacks to cut down the horde's numbers, and eventually I took them all down. But the zombified monsters kept getting back up. This is bad. I have to get to that beacon if I want to win this. I put some distance between me and the zombies and began to scour the pumpkin patch. Surely there was something here that would help me open the gate. I found a pumpkin and placed that on the pedestal this time, but all that did was make more enemies spawn. Something has to work. I spotted a jack-o'-lantern out of the corner of my eye. I picked it up and placed it on the pedestal instead. Fortunately, this caused the gate to open. I ran through it, and as I did, I thought I spotted something over the wall. Unfortunately, I was still being chased by zombies. I definitely saw something cool, but I don't have time to go check again. Go back and watch at 0.25 speed and see if you spot it too. I activated the beacon before the zombies closed in. I upgraded, gaining 5 hearts and new powers. Time for you to return to the ground. I used my new Blood Wave ability to take down the zombies. They fell, and this time they stayed down. I suddenly felt a wave of discomfort come over me. My head, I feel dizzy. I tried to stay standing, but I couldn't fight the fatigue and passed out. On days 93 to 95, I found myself inside of a dream realm. I saw that my dad was standing before me.
Son, it's so good to see you.
Dad? I felt pure joy as I ran up to my dad, happy to be reunited with him. How are you here? You were killed by the Sun Titan.
I can still visit you within your dreams. I miss you.
I miss you too. All the time. It never gets easier. It's cruel that the Alliance would betray us like they did.
The Sun Titan has gone too far. We wanted to win this war, but not like this. You need to stop him at any cost.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make the Sun Titan pay for what he's done. With the power of all 6 blood beacons, I'll beat him with the very thing he wanted to create.
I know you will. I'm so proud of everything you've accomplished.
Just then, I began to feel dizzy again.
Looks like my time here is up. Good luck, son.
The dream realm faded around me and I woke back up in the real world. As I looked around, I saw that there was a letter next to me. I picked it up and read it. Meet us back at the base. I have something special for you. Mythcraft. What does Mythcraft have up his sleeve? I have to get back to the base and find out. I headed back the way I came, knowing that I had to see what Mythcraft had to offer me. On days 96 through 98, I returned to Mythcraft's house where I found Mythcraft waiting for me. My toilet army was waiting for me there too.
There you are. I've been working on something that I think will give you an edge to win this battle against the Sun Titan.
He took out some kind of splash potion and threw it at me. Hey, I'm all wet. What the heck? That was when I suddenly gained 5 more hearts. I was stunned. Whoa, how'd you do that?
This is a little potion I've been working on. It only works on the user once, but I can also use it on your army.
Sounds like a plan. Mythcraft used the potion on every soldier in my army, making them stronger than ever. Everyone, listen up. The time for the final battle has come. Together, we're gonna end the Sun Titan's reign.
But he's more powerful than any other Titan. What happens if he overpowers us?
He won't. Not if we work together. I promise that with the power of the blood beacons, I'll lead us to victory and avenge my father. My words rallied all of my soldiers and they all cheered for me. With everyone motivated to fight, I led them towards the city. On day 99, I invaded the city with my toilet allies at my side. There were hordes of Alliance members waiting for us. Uniting with my toilet allies, we took the Alliance members on. Our teamwork was superior and we were able to take down several of them. The Sun Titan's minions tried to use their powers to freeze time, but my magnet allies were able to counter their abilities. Your time powers are worthless here. Get them, men! My army overpowered the remaining guards, taking them down and allowing us to push deeper into the city. We finally arrived at a large building. The Sun Titan should be inside of there. I approached the building, but an assassin drillman suddenly ambushed me. I was caught off guard and left vulnerable. But before they could do serious damage to me, Mythcraft jumped to my defense. He placed down bedrock, charged up an attack, and stomped the ground, summoning a giant boulder of bedrock. He then kicked it, sending it hurtling towards the assassin drillman and killing him instantly. That was close. Thanks for the save.
Of course. Everyone knows that drillmen are weak to bedrock.
By everyone, I think you mean you. After this final battle, I'll definitely stop by your channel and expand my Minecraft knowledge too. I continued into the building, but to my surprise, it was empty. What the? Just then, a blinding portal of light suddenly tore open right before me. I tried to escape, but the portal was too strong and I got sucked in. On day 100, I appeared in a new realm bathed in light. Standing before me was the Sun Titan.
At last, 'tis just you and me, Blood Titan. Surrender your power, or else I'll take it for myself.
Never! I'll be using this power to take you down myself.
Is that so? I will make you regret retaliating against the Alliance. Your journey ends here.
The Sun Titan came at me and I braced myself, knowing this was the final battle. We traded countless blows, the Sun Titan's sword landing powerful strikes on my body as I tried to keep up with him by using my own weapons and abilities. I unleashed a blood beam while firing my blood wave and blood slashes, but the Sun Titan walked through them like they were nothing and struck me at close range, launching me back.
I gave you plenty of chances to make the smart choice, Blood Titan. The pain that's coming your way is all on you.
The Sun Titan unleashed devastating beams of sunlight onto me and I felt pain course through my body. I was wounded and on the verge of defeat, but I wasn't giving up that easily. Your rule ends today! I called upon the focus power of all 6 blood beacons and unleashed a blood laser attack back at the Sun Titan, our beams meeting in the middle of the arena.
The beacons have made you stronger, that much is clear. But that power will be mine.
I was exhausted, but I focused as the Sun Titan charged up for another beam attack. I readied mine, determined to overpower his attack with my own. For my father! We both fired and my blood laser pushed through and weakened him, allowing me to charge forward and use one last scissor scythe attack. After 3 devastating swipes, I took him down for good. The war was over and I had my vengeance. I stood tall, knowing that my father would be proud of what I had achieved. But wait, did you catch all the Easter eggs that mythcraft left behind? Those creepy masks are all throughout the video, so be sure to watch again more closely if you want to find them all. Don't forget to download Asphalt Legends Unite now using my QR code or tracking link in the description. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this incredible racing experience. Thank you Asphalt Legends for sponsoring this video.